Oh, sorry, I just didn't get homework. Welcome everyone. I just want to take a couple of your minutes to talk about what's going on the wall behind me. I'm quietly excited about this project because it's been ongoing for about 5 or 6 months, and it's essentially crystals and resin. I'm not really sure I've seen anything like this before, so I hope we're venturing into the unknown a little bit. This is unscripted. We're just going to have a little 2-minute wander around these because it's something that I'm really quite excited to put my name to, and we've never done anything like this before, so we've literally learned from the ground up to do something with a brand new material in a brand new way, and like I don't really think has probably been done before. So let me take you through some of the intricacies and some of the level of effort that's gone into creating these. So we've got what is essentially 5. There's a test piece on the end, but we won't even talk about that. There are 5 of these new crystal and resin artworks available. And what they are really, I liken it to, I don't know if you've ever watched that programme MasterChef, if they've got that in the country where you are, where they put together all this immense fine dining experiences, and they create these tiny little morsels of the most exquisitely produced food that requires such a ridiculous amount of effort to get right and to taste fantastic. And it's a similar, bizarrely, I know, it kind of sounds a bit weird, kind of process for these as well. But let me give you a couple of examples. So what we've basically got, we've got an aluminium frame. On the back of that is an aluminium sheet, 3mm, and then onto that gets put a selection of resin and crystals. So talking about the resin shapes first, immensely proud of these. Each one of these is hand cast. So what that means is there's a mould, the resin is mixed outside of the mould. Depending on the effect that we're going for depends on what goes into the mould and how long it's cured for. For instance, on ones that have got layers, you put the first layer in, 24 hours later you put the second layer in, etc., and build up the layers that way. For coloured cubes, they're done in a single pour, but with all of them, including the ones that have got crystals embedded inside the actual cube itself, each one then is cut on the face on the bottom, so it sits. It's then hand polished until it can sit within the composition. So every tiny part of this is actually handmade away from the artwork, and then it's kind of all assembled together. The small crystals, they're a mixture of Swarez crystals. Some are vintage ones as well, with certification, and others are rhinestones, which are freely available. But I've done and arranged them just so they kind of add that light refraction element to what's going on, and I love them. I think they work really well. Who doesn't like a bit of shiny stuff now and again? I know I do. And then it's the backgrounds. So everything is fused together with these really, really strong metallic backgrounds. Now there's green, and there's like autumn copper flake, and then there's one with a very slight hint of lilac in it. This is a beautiful one, so Cassiopeia. And in with the background layer, there's several components in this, but one of the ones I really like is this very, very slight lilac pigment tint, and that forms some of the majesty, if you like, of the back layer. And they've all got their own individual uniqueness and quirks. And this is the only one that's got a single cast optically clear globe inside it, which we've hand cast. You look at some of the details on the other ones with the rings and the facets and the way the crystals are laid out, and then you put all these components together, and you get something which really is greater than the sum of the parts. But this is it. This is the resin and crystal collection. I'm super happy with them. It's 6 months' work just to get to 5. Okay, I know that there's other work done in between, of course there is. But as an ongoing project, this is the kind of time that this has taken and the kind of energy that this has taken. But they are absolutely flawless, and I think unusual and really rather beautiful. I hope you do too. And if they're not floating your boat or they're not your thing, I hope you get some appreciation of the effort and hopefully the skills that we've acquired that's gone into doing this, and each individual part. Bear in mind, all these every little part is handmade apart from the crystals. So that's the resin and crystal section. If you're watching this video and you want to subscribe, click the button down below, and there's a link to the resin and crystal page where you can see individually all of these artworks and then look at the stories behind each one, and I've tried to expand the story on each one because they've all got their own story to tell. That's it. Thank you ever so much for your time. Don't forget to tune in the next week or two when I'll be launching something that's just as exciting, and that is the carbon fibre range, of which I'll just give you a small taster. 500mm square, hand-laid, hand-impregnated carbon fibre with the most beautiful paint forms over the top, and really developed a technique that we were told couldn't work, but in actual fact we've got it to work. And as far as I'm aware, this combination of materials hasn't been used, so hopefully doing a bit of groundbreaking here at Swarez HQ, like we like to do. Anyway, those are coming real soon, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, share with your friends. See you next time. Over and out.